You get me kicked off the radio.
Yeah.
Anyway, am I still here anyway?
Eclipse Dine-In Cinemas Bundoran. Now serving pizza, hot dogs, ice cream, and more. To your seat. Find out more at eclipsecinemas.com.
Time to join our man at the movies live from Eclipse Cinemas in Bundoran. And you've got your tourist guide hat on today, I see.
Yeah, we're gonna very strongly Sligo this a week. I feel like Val Robus, the Magnum lady, because I'm going to be promoting Sligo quite a lot, and I think there's going to be at least two confessions. So it's a bit board falcha, bit confessions today. So there's a bit of a, what do you call that, a trail in the business for everyone. I hope it's good. Now, Shamey, we've two big new movies opening tomorrow, because the Westlife and stuff we're talking about is actually a couple of days later. Now, I had a choice when I went in this morning, and like the wind hadn't started this morning, but it was still quite breezy, and I said, should I go and watch the very looks interesting, gritty boxing movie to talk to Shamey and his listeners, who are probably more mature, and thought that, or should I watch the children's cartoon about the funny rabbit and the funny fox? I think we all know which one I chose. We play the clip.
At the ZPD, partnership is the cornerstone of success.
No, carrots, whoa! Beautiful!
You want to put bad guys away?
Ow! Stop pulling my ears, stop pulling my ears. Never pull a bunny's ears.
Be on the same page every day.
Jiggle it, let's go. I got this. Here's the fuzz!
Toot toot.
Everybody run!
Well, can't win them all.
Come on, get on.
It's a snake.
Yeah, it's a snake. So there's been a dearth of family movies for a while. There's a lot of movies we've talked about, and I'd be saying things, it's the honest answer, going, this will do the youngest ones, or this for the little ones, this will be a distraction. But it's while it's be the really big kids movie, probably all the way to August, right? So Zootropolis came out, and it's 9 years ago now. Some people might know it as Zootopia, because that's what it was called in the States, and also because they're watching it on illegal streams. But we'll move on from that. But it was the story of this city where all the animals live in harmony with each other, and there's kind of a rule between the carnivores and the omnivores, and it was great. It was very clever, but it was fun for kids without being too heavy. But there was a nice message in it. I remember, not only did I really like it, I remember coming out and going, that was great. I actually liked the bunny so much, I had a mild crush on her. And I was saying to myself, is it weird? Because she's clearly meant to be in her 20s, a man of my age having a bit of a crush on her. And then my friend pointed out to me, he said, no, it's weird because she's a cartoon rabbit. That's why you don't have a crush. So I've had to move on from that, obviously. So I went in to watch the second one, hoping, it's been a long time for it, and will they still have the magic? And I have to say, they really did. This is top class entertainment. Now, it's Disney, so it's always going to look great. The city is great. And it's one of those things where, like the Flintstones before it, where the dinosaurs would do the jobs of real people, they have that. So when the cops are putting the spikes out to stop the car, it is, of course, a porcupine that they're throwing across the road, and all of these sort of little in-jokes. But one of the things that's really clever about it, when I was watching, I was going, is this Chinatown? And then there's a Pulp Fiction bit, right? And I was going, this is amazing. And then it goes into The Shining. But even those jokes are there for the adults, they're not forced in. It's all part of the narrative. The kids will never notice. They're not going, why is he saying that funny thing? They're laughing because it's funny. And the parents are laughing because it's funny and it's Jack Nicholson at the same time. So
very good.
It's a really good story. It is a really nice message. But more importantly, for I think a lot of our listeners, right, they're going, right, we're going to bring the kids in, this weekend to go and watch it. Do I bring my headphones in? No, you don't. You watch this too. You're going to have a ball at it too. It's clever. It's funny. It's full of heart. It's bright. And it's not ridiculously long or anything. This is one of the better ones. I still think people are going to be seeing this at Christmas. There's an awful lot of people here. They're busy these couple of weekends and they're going to wait. Trust me, you're going to enjoy this whenever you go and see it. Zootropolis 2, it's well worth it. And that opens tomorrow, but it's going to be around for ages because it's going to be really popular.
This is the one you're going to go back and see again and again and again.
Yeah.
Now, not to be confused, we have a new American movie, Christy, not to be confused with the Irish movie.
Yeah, the new Irish movie, which is excellent, based in Cork. Now, I haven't seen this one, but it looks very interesting. Again, we're in a couple of months ago, we talked about a movie called The Smashing Machine, which is where The Rock, who's much more of a blockbuster actor, decided he would do a kind of a serious actor. And in this case, it's Sydney Sweeney, who's known for her bombshell looks. She's now going more gritty. She's playing this true life boxer called Christy, who won all sorts of championships while her life was in chaos, as often happens, in sports. And I would be thinking along the lines, one of my favorite movies from a few years ago, I, Tonya, with Margot Robbie, which I remember, I knew Margot Robbie was good, but I was watching that movie, you know, wow, she's really something special. And I'm curious to see if this is Sydney Sweeney, because we know she can do romantic comedies and fun horrors, but this is her in a role that we haven't seen before. She's quite a controversial figure in the States at the moment. There's a lot of ads, but I'm not too worried about that. I'm just curious to go and see the movie. So if you like sports movie, but particularly if you like stuff like, showing, the sacrifices people make to become sport, especially in groundbreaking like women's boxing, no more than Katie Taylor and so on. There's an awful lot of sacrifice, an awful lot of stuff people didn't, believe or trust or respect female athletes. So very different to Zootropolis, but looks interesting. So somebody looking for a more grown up one, that's the one you'd recommend.
Oh, that's Christy anyway. Okay, right. Now let's get on to the Sligo stuff.
Yeah.
Westlife, live from the Royal Albert Hall.
Yeah, this is going to be good. You can see people are entered already. Loads of tickets sold. And look, here's the thing. Here's the second confession. I have to say, I like the lads. The music wouldn't do a whole lot for me. It's just not my genre. But one thing you'd have to say, you don't last that long unless you can put on a concert, right? They are great at that. They're really good to their fans. They really know how to put on a show. And one of the reasons you see that is you see the age difference or in the audience. They're bringing in 20-year-olds and younger, and the fans who were with them first time around, who are not necessarily...
well, it's 25 years.
That young. Like a whole array of audiences. We've had tickets. People have come in. There's a lady who bought a ticket using her pensioner discount, and we had somebody buying tickets. And it wasn't for her grandkids or anything. It was for her. She loves them. They're great because they do cover all bases, and there's something brilliant about that, and it should be respected. We come from an era, Seamie, where there used to be light entertainers on TV the whole time. And you know what? There's nothing wrong with it. Now, it's, as I said, it's not the music I go and see myself in concert, but I love that there's people out there doing this. It's going to be good because they don't put their names to it unless it's going to be good. The concert will be great. They're playing with the Philharmonic Orchestra. And also, I love Radiohead, but they're not going to do Radiohead and say, I'm sorry, we don't really feel that song anymore. They're going to play the hits, aren't they?
Yeah,
they're going to go and they're going to please everyone. It's going to be a great night. I think it's only 2 nights, Saturday and Sunday.
Saturday and Sunday, you have that.
Yeah, it'd be good fun.
Okay.
It'd be good fun.
Okay. All right. Now, Horseshoe opens next Thursday. This is
very excited about this. It's named after the Glenif Horseshoe. Local filmmaker Edward Milan made it. All with actors and writers from the area. It's based around Glenif Horseshoe, Mullaghmore, with a few other shots around Sligo and a wee bit in Donegal too. And this looks great. It's by 4 siblings. And look, this would be something that would happen to a lot of people. Dad dies, and he wasn't the greatest dad of all, right? Yeah. And he passes away, and he leaves them the house. And everyone goes, do you know what? Never had a happy time in this house. Let's sell it. Except for one brother who says, I don't want to sell it. I don't want to sell it. And
it's always one, isn't it?
And it's always one. And there's kind of it's a comedy with a bit of real life into it. It looks fabulous. We're really excited to show it. So it technically opens next Friday, but on Thursday night there's a gala showing in Bundoran. It has a sneak preview, I think, in Cliffany Hall, but this is its first proper launch, and I'm really looking forward to seeing it. We've already sold 120 tickets, and here's the thing, Seamie, we didn't sell that many tickets for Wicked in advance in all the shows, let alone one show, because again, the Northwest supports the Northwest, and we're always banging on about shopping local and supporting our local arts, and it is brilliant to see that people will put their money in their mouth. And even before Christmas, I'm going to say, this is going to be great. You must come up, Seamie.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I can't wait to see this. I've been watching the clips. Excellent. Absolutely. It looks fantastic.
Very funny and very familiar. We all have a family member like that, don't we?
Oh, before you let you go, Misted Monday.
Yeah, another Irish one.
Is definitely the film this week.
Yeah, it's definitely Irish, and we have an Irish movie next week as well, which I love. This is done Holy Lands, which is said about, it's like if The Hangover was in Belfast. Very funny it is too. Like, it is rude and raucous. Of all the Irish movies, this is the most probably teenage audience but it has, it has lots of shots for people, and a lot of people from around here went to college up in Belfast and stayed in the Unholy Lands as well. It's good, silly fun,
Silly
and well
fun.
worth your $5.50 on Monday if you haven't seen it. Just
Okay.
don't take it too seriously. Just laugh your head off.
Okay, till next week and next Thursday on the movies. Enjoy the movies. Thanks, Collie.